Yeah, backyard slingshots. Oh, there we go. There's Chuck and Steele. There's Ethan. How's it going, guys? And I get notifications of who's watching. Okay, cool. Oh, I can see the likes up there too. This is the first time I've done this myself, so yeah, I can see how that would be. So we're up to 3. How's it going, boys? Hey, there's 3 stars. How you doing, man? Awesome. Yeah, right now I'm inside the house and I'm on my phone with the Wi-Fi. So hopefully tomorrow the Wi-Fi is still just as good, and if the wife gets home from the new brokerage she's getting into, hopefully I'll be able to do my shoot tomorrow, if not Wednesday for sure. Awesome. Hey, Tim. Thank you, thank you. I'm surprised I'm not orange. I work at a restaurant, and today they had me at the Bloom station, and oh man, I can come home looking just bright orange sometimes. You can't tell where I work. So I don't need the computer to look at the chat. The chat pops up on my phone itself. That's cool. Let's see. How is this going? Oh, close. Okay, cool. That's what I was making all day today, Ethan. Bloomin' onions all night. And if you love the bloomin' onions, as much as I don't want to push it because it's going to be a pain in the butt to cook, they're going to be doing a loaded bloomin' onion. Loaded with bloom flower fries, bacon cheese, or bacon bits cheese, and I think a ranch dressing drizzle on top of that. So, if you want calories, there you go. Oh, we have 6 people in. Who else is here that didn't say hi yet? Saw Ethan. I saw. I'm sure it will be. So I saw Ethan. I saw 3 stars. Tim. I saw Tim say hi. I saw Chuck and Steele. I got 6 up there so far. Hey, Mr. Hernandez, how you doing, bud? Yep, I said hi to you, Tim. I acknowledged you too. So Chuck and Steele, Tim, Ethan, 3 star, and Mr. Hernandez. I saw him. So it's just me and Matt, right, that are left to do the shooting, if I'm correct. Let's see. Yeah, me and Matt. That's who's left. What's got you chuckling there, Tim? Alright, well, seeing as we're doing a test here, there's any questions y'all want to ask me, go ahead and shoot them out. I don't know about the participants there at 3-Star, but it does say I can, I guess, piggyback or link up to another channel. And I've seen Ethan and Mike do it, where they piggybacked off each other so Ethan can do a live until Ethan gets the subscribers that he needs to do lives on his own. Actually, I started off, I don't have the exact one anymore. I mean, I was a kid when I had it. But I started off with a natural Tim that I got from Cracker Barrel as a kid. And it had some Who Knows brand latex on it. And it was a made in Mexico gift shop slingshot at Cracker Barrel. And then I ended up, I think I found Gamekeeper John on YouTube, watching him do some shooting. And then found Zachary Fowler. And saw Fowler had a store. And that's also how I got introduced to Simple Shot. I still got my first slingshot, which is what you built your Hornet off of, or your Falcon off of. I still got my original Fowler Hornet that I've had for 4 years now. It's one of the originals that had the holes drilled in it for tubes as well. So I've got one of the old Hornets. The new ones don't have the holes drilled in them for the tubes. And kind of went on from there, and then going into pickle forks, which is my thing. Yeah, Tim definitely made a better version, that's for sure. Going into pickle forks, I discovered D-Guy and Hunter James, and that kind of gave me the big time pickle fork bug. You're welcome there, Tim. Something I've been working on here. I think a few of you saw the pictures of it on the in the Facebook group. But this is a red oak natty that I've been working on. The caps on this one are what's left over from some mini Stanleys that I made, and it's Buckeye Burl. So you got red oak with Buckeye Burl caps on it. I think that's something that I'm going to enjoy doing with my natties, is making the caps. Oh. Okay. I got a surprise coming from somebody else. Now you definitely have me curious about what I got there, Ethan. And this is the next natty lined up that I'm going to be working on. Shotgun shells? Did I miss something here? Oh, yeah, okay. You know, I'm going that route as far as shot shells for the tips. I don't have any that I'm working on currently that are small enough to use shot shells for tips. But I've got some old spent 38 Super casings from my 1911 that I'll bet those 38 Super casings would make some nice tips too, because I can polish them. They're brass. They're solid brass. And they would also work good as a peg tip as well, putting a solid brass 38 Super casing on top. I don't think I have any other casings at the moment. I might have a couple 45s laying around. Then I can get a 1/2 inch natty to work with on that. I see we had somebody else jump in. We're up to 7. Yeah, 3-Star, I might have to try that. I might have to give that a go. I'll have to look through my natty bucket over here and see what I got that I can possibly put a 38 Super casing on. 4570 would look really, really good there, Chuck and Steel. That would definitely look good. That would definitely be there. That'd be in that same ballpark as a 45 auto. You just have a lot more brass there to work with. I can definitely do something with that. Surprised Mikey hasn't said hi. Where's Mikey at? Probably. Some people, I wouldn't doubt that, Tim. They didn't, until they get to meet me. Ah, okay. So he is taking a nap. Then I won't message the group to see where he's at. Anybody else got questions or anything they want to ask me or anything of that sort? Let's see. I'm definitely happy we got to meet too. I was really nervous to meet everybody up at ACC. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know if we were going to be on public land or private property. And to find out that we were literally welcomed onto Matthew's personal property, on his family's property, to do that tournament. That was very welcoming and actually made it feel like it was family. And all the food his family cooked. Oh man. Good old down southern cooking. That was what it was. Catch you later, Chuckin'. Yeah, right? On his back porch. You ain't getting more family than that. You really ain't getting more family than that when it comes to a southern family, man. And the meals his family cooked were really, really good, too. You out of here, Tim, or you staying by the truck and steel? Good night, Chuck and Steel. We'll definitely see you on the next live, bud. You want to see that slingshot? All right, 3-star. There's actually 2 3-star. So as far as going from private for my cold dead hands frames, I've got 2. So now, one of them we will all know because you've seen me shoot it in the channel. Ethan has seen it in person. He's got to hold it. Robert's gotten to hold it. That's my Magpie from Hunter James. When I saw Hunter post this thing on YouTube, shooting it, I fell in love with it. I love the colors. I love the feel. The colors on this thing, matching bead to go with it. This frame, even if I'm not shooting, this frame is literally with me everywhere I go. That's it. Ethan got to see it. He got to hold it. I'll let you shoot it next time we're together, Ethan. I will definitely let you shoot it. It'll probably be clay, the first shot. This thing has not been hit yet. That's the first one. That one was a birthday present I bought for myself. The second one, 3-star, that is private for my cold dead hands frame. I don't know what Dan Hood calls this one. On Things in Verse, they call this one the Mamba, and Dan Hood has a different frame that he calls the Mamba. But for the 3D print, this one they call the Mamba. And I saw this one in Dan Hood's case, picked it up, it absolutely fits my hand beautifully. Yeah, I sure did. My wife bought this for me for my birthday while we were up at ACC. Everyone was packing up and leaving ACC on Sunday, the 19th of March, which was my actual birthday. This was my birthday present from my wife. This is another one that you'd pry from my cold dead hands to get it. So, 2 of our better builders that we know of for sure, including Moan Waller, which I have an RVA as well. Hunter and Dan Hood. Those are my private from my cold dead hand frames. And I know we all have one. We all do. Those 2 are both with me everywhere. whether or not I'm shooting them. I've still got my scorecards. My scorecards are my trophy and the black twister that I shot on the first half of the ACC stage. They're out there on the on my bookshelf with the trophy, and the scorecards are there with it, and my spoon. My spoon's out there too. Did you set your spoon up yet, Ethan, or is it hanging on the wall? Organize my workbench. My workbench is a big old cluster. I'm gonna shoot it with a twister. Awesome. I look forward to seeing that. That spoon's gonna get it. Hey, you're very welcome to, sir. A lot of what I've got personally for my frames are actually things that I've built. I've got just a small handful of either custom or production frames from other builders. So I've got the one RVA, the Tadpole from Moan Waller, my Magpie that you saw, and my Dan Hood frame. I've got my Hooligan that I've got from Ethan, and then production, whether it be injected or otherwise for plastic, I've got a yes, you do. You got some of the nice ones too. Production-wise for plastic, I've got one from Wasp from John Jeffries, and the name of it just kind of went boop. And then I've got my my Simple Shot Flippin' Pickle, my Fowler Hornet, and what other production or mass-produced frame do I have? I've got an original Dead Ringer, one of the old Dead Ringers from Simple Shot, and that one is my daughter's. ETC? Oh yeah, that one. We're talking about the Wasp. That guy. You still have my Beagle V2 too. I missed that frame. Yeah. That part right there, Tim. Getting customs is money. So. I think out of all the Prime Fork catapults that I've had, I missed that red and black Beagle that you got, Tim. I missed that one the most. I think I've had a TTF Beagle V2, a Bulbul, a Beagle R, Beagle V2, Beagle V3, a Casper PFS, a Casper OTT. I've got the Hyper Hunter from Mikey, and now the Hooligan. And right now, for me, for Prime Fork, it is a toss-up between the Hooligan and that Beagle V2. That Beagle V2, that was back when I was shooting short draw. It might not be in your size range, Tim, but I am working on something. I just got to get more sanding drums for my pillar sander. It's not quite done, but it's getting there. This will be the first custom twister that I'll be putting out. And I got to get her finished up, but I got to get more sanding drums for my pillar sander. I burned through them, making those Stanleys and the Colts for Eric and all. And then I've got to, somebody in the group I think it was a Slingshot Campfire group. Somebody wanted a micro Stanley. He wanted like a keyring size Stanley. And I've got material to do it. I got to get the tools to finish it up, to get it going. And then once I do that, that'll be like, 3 or 4 Stanleys that I've built and put out now. And they're all smaller than your standard Stanley. I'm actually getting eager to finish this one because this one I'm actually going to put clips on it. That's why you'll see this section here missing. I oversized that particular section just so I can make the clips for it. I've got them sitting up here on the bench. There's one of them at least. And I've got the riv nuts, I've got the hardware, I've got the cones and everything to go on it. So there's one of the clips. I had those cut off before I even epoxied everything together, so it's a work in progress. I started working on it before ACC, and that's about as far as I've gotten. And the sold and paid for builds, they took priority. This was not paid for. This would have been for me or for a trade or something of that sort. And the paid for builds took priority, and of course I burned up my sanding drums making those. But they were G10. I'd rather work my Carta. My Carta's nowhere near as bad on my sanding drums as G10 is. I do personally prefer wrap and tuck as well, Ethan. I mean, if you look at almost everything that I'll generally shoot, it's a wrap and tuck or a top slot. Those are my two preferred, top slot or wrap and tuck. Yeah, exactly, Tim. Yeah, I have found with the tools that I've got, I have to start with my drill press and do perforations all the way around the design that I'm going to use, and then use my scroll saw, and I can actually then get full cuts and not have to tear up 5 or 6 blades per template. Yeah, exactly, Ethan. G10 is a bear to cut if you don't have the right tools. All I've got is just your basic run-of-the-mill benchtop scroll saw, and I chew through blades with G10. But if I drill around it, and then like a perforation, like tearing a piece of paper on perforations, if I drill around it first, then I can just blast right through it with the scroll saw, no problem, and then just sand out the design. But that's what I did with that last Stanley that I put out. That I think Steve got that one. I was initially building that one for me. Posted a picture of it, and Steve's like, "Hey, how much?" And there it went. I was gonna make a band set, but I can't find the bands that I want. Nope. Those them? Yep, those are them. Found them. Yeah, hand sanding G10 will work. I usually use a machine file for a lot of the main work on G10, and then I'll go to the sanding drums on the pillar sander just to try to get a little bit nicer of a finish and get that nice seamless finish on it. So, trying to think of other stuff that we can talk about or work on real quick. Oh, they're just generic files. I call them machine files, but they're just general generic files that I'll get like Harbor Freight or Lowe's. That's just your general files that you can get. I personally do have specialty files. The specialty files that I have are for doing firearm builds. So locking lugs on the top of a 1911 barrel, I've got a file for doing that to hand fit barrels. There's another one that I had that was smooth on both sides and then actually had cutting surfaces top and bottom for doing that as well. Something else that I use, and Josh had asked me about this, Ethan, when it comes to G10, because when you get everything really, really close on G10, and you're to that point where you're going to sand and you got everything down pat, course, now I'm trying to grab it out of this box. It doesn't want to come out of the box. And I got these die grinder bits for my Dremel. High-speed cutter bits. Generally made for cutting metal, but they'll work pretty good on G10. Outside, with a dust mask. Ventilation, because that thing will throw dust everywhere. I think I saw him shoot him pop in. How you doing, bud? Is Robert even here? Oh. That's right, he works nights, doesn't he? How you doing, Saw? I'm doing good, man. I'm glad to see that my live stream setup is working and YouTube got it turned on and I don't have to go through that 24-hour wait again. So, providing everything goes good with the wife tomorrow at the new brokerage office she's getting into, I should be able to do my shoot tomorrow. If not, like I said, Wednesday at the absolute latest, I'll be able to get mine done, weather providing. Yeah, I know how that could be, coin worker. I just got home from work 27 minutes ago, so I literally got home, turned on the live to see if it was working. Yeah, right? Pretty early. So where I'm at, it's Tuesday morning. Not sure what time you guys are at, but it's Tuesday morning where I'm at. But as far as my plans that might be coming up, if anybody was going to wonder about it, midnight, yeah, you're in the same time zone as me then on that one, coin. I do plan on making it hopefully to another shoot as far as the tournament goes, but it's going to end up being Southeast Slingshot Tournament up in Georgia. And that being because of time frame, saving up to make the actual trip, and things of that sort. So I'll end up making it to Southeast, but I won't be making it to East Coast, and I don't think I'll be making it to Mississippi. Mainly because I've got my son's birthday on the 21st, and then 2 days before that is my wedding anniversary. I'm going to be home for that. I'm not going to be going up to Mississippi for that one. But Southeast in September, I'm planning on making to. I'm planning on being to that one. Yep, somebody went bye-bye. Yeah, eventually we'll all get to meet up at some point in time. That would definitely be awesome to meet all the guys that I've either watched and inspired me, or that have watched me and got inspired for something that they've done. I mean, that's one of the ones that I do plan on making it to at some point. Ethan is East Coast Slingshot Tournament, but for me coming up there from Daytona, just getting to Virginia to see my little brother is a 14-hour drive one way, and I've done that twice now. There, back, and it was full zen. That was not fun. That was a 14-hour drive, and then Pennsylvania's, one state over from Virginia, or just on top of Virginia. So you'd be looking at least another 7 to 8 hours onto that drive. I really, really hope all of you who are going to East Coast bring at least a camera or something and record it. I know Zachary Fowler does, and I look forward to seeing it every time he goes. Fly there. Problem with that is my whole family is going to want to go, and we're going to bring camping gear. So flying might not be the best thing to do. We'll catch you later, 3-star. Knowing my family with the flying thing, The kids aren't used to cabin pressure in an airliner. They've never been in an airplane, so I know they won't be used to the cabin pressure or how to equalize. There you go, Tim. I definitely look forward to seeing somebody's view other than Zachary Fowler's. I really hope that Kelvin is there. I think it was Kelvin. Yeah, I really hope that he's there because he actually interviewed different people. I know he interviewed Moan, he interviewed Bill. The only time I had fun flying, Ethan, was when I was a kid. There was a search and rescue pilot that knew my dad that flew for the for Everglades Wildlife Management, and he was also the test pilot for the company that my dad worked for down there. And they had a McDonnell Douglas 550 NOTAR, which NOTAR stands for no tail rotor. It's a helicopter. So it's got a dome with a jet that blows through a tube into the dome, and the dome rotates almost 280 degrees to rotate the tail of this helicopter around. And that was as close to a roller coaster ride as you can get without being on a roller coaster. I don't think flying bothers me. I just don't know how the rest of the family will handle it. So, if we end up traveling, it'll be driving, just for the simple fact we've got our van, our road vehicle for doing trips like that. So everybody can kind of stretch out. We can move around. If need be, I can hook up my laptop to the TV in the van, and the kids can have shows to watch. So. Corolla goes pretty fast. I've got a truck and I've got a van. I don't have a Corolla. Outside of that, I've got the Harley. I've taken that up to 3 digits, but won't do it again. So, any other questions or thoughts that people might want to share? I'm still trying to work on the next PFS video for the series. And it's not going to be anything stellar. It's just going over some standard frames. I'm going to have to cut out some of the shooting. I didn't realize I had 22 minutes of me talking and shooting. But it's just going over 12 millimeter gap and under frames for that. And then after that, I'll actually sit down with and record me making a band set that I would shoot on a PFS and show how the offset setup is. Ooh, I almost lost my license once before, Tim. I didn't realize I had a ticket that I didn't pay, and they tried to pop me for that. And yeah, that's no bueno. That's no fun. I need to be able to drive to go to work and take my kids out where they need to go. My fun speeding youthful days are gone. Oh wow. Yeah, I've noticed that I can record videos and be like, I don't really need all of this. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What were you driving, Tim, to get popped with a speeding ticket? Yeah, that'll. You were having fun. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna try to cut mine down to, Ethan, is about 13 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut out some of the shooting. I think in Coin, I think we all have had lead feet growing up, and then we've learned to take the lead out of our shoes as we've gotten older. Not all of it, just some of it. I think the only manual that I currently own right now is my motorcycle. I think I've only ever seen one automatic motorcycle, and I would never own it. Actually, no, two. I think I saw a Japanese-made one. That was an automatic, and Boss Hoss. Boss Hoss makes an auto. That's a motorcycle. Proper racing techniques. Are we going to school for that, or are we talking street racing techniques? I have been riding as long as me and my wife have been together. We've been together going on 13 years. I came from a family of riders. Then I ended up dating my wife, and she rode a 250 Ninja. And then from there, I ended up picking up my Harley. It's a sporty 883. So it's not a bagger, but it's not stupid loud like all these other Harleys. I've got a 2-1 that toned it down as far as the noise, but gave me a bunch of bottom end power. And then her 250 blew up. And then one year, I want to say it was for her birthday, I got her a 500 Ninja to replace the 250. And then my daughter was born. And the bikes have kind of been parked to make sure we're okay. In my town, people don't look for motorcycles anymore at all. They're tired of Bike Week, they're tired of bikers, and they don't care what time of year it is. If you're a biker, you're a pain in the ass, and they don't want to even be near you, or they're just going to try to run you over. So that's not just in Daytona. It's just a general all over thing, huh? I know in Daytona, the people that live here year round, they're tired of the bikers. They're tired of yeah, we got some roads around here in Daytona like that. I have and haven't been known to have some fun on those kind of roads either. I'll definitely make sure that there's I know where they like to hide on those roads, so I'll drive by, make sure there's no one there, and then pop around. I would almost agree with you there, Saw. I would almost agree with you that racing would be like going to church in Daytona. There's at least, outside of the Daytona Speedway, which is quite literally a mile and a half away from me, knock on wood, Ethan, I have not put my bike down on its side for that kind of reason. My first month riding, I did avoid an accident and a close call. Good night, Tim. I didn't even see you say that you were leaving. Sorry about that, bud. Yeah, good night, man. We'll catch you later. Yeah, so we actually have two local speedways. We got New Smyrna Speedway out on 44. And then we've got Barberville Speedway. That's out on 40 heading to Ocala. Catch you later, Coin. I'm glad you were able to stop by. So the problem is, Mr. Hernandez or George, most of the Florida drivers are from the Northeast. Likewise, Coin, it's definitely been real. I hope you can catch me when I do the challenge shoot. If you look for it, it'll be Slingshot Juggernaut. Challenge round 1. Okay, bud? We'll catch you later, Coin. Good night. I've yet to be to Tampa, honestly. My dad and my stepmom have been to Tampa a couple times, but I've yet to go to Tampa. I've been to Lakeland, but I've not been to Tampa. I grew up down in Broward County, so I saw the northern eye wall of Andrew when that hit. Welcome back. They were chucking. So we've got a few people that have at least been in Florida. You all know what I'm dealing with when it comes to the weather, and you know I'm not BSing about rain here, rain there. Goodbye, Polk County. I look forward to the day that I could say goodbye to Florida in general. There, Chuckin, I look forward to that day so much. If I could afford to get out of this state right now, I would. But between family and finances, I can't right now. Miami Airport. Yeah. Sheriff and the governor are both pretty well. Oh, a lot of our sheriffs are really, really good. There are some, I want to say in Palm Beach, that are questionable. But, yeah, they're both pretty good. They definitely don't take any crap from anybody, that's for sure. And that's like a lot of the Florida natives. You can tell if you're in Florida, especially during hurricane season, and you found a true Florida native. If the hurricane is a category 3 or weaker, we don't care. We're not even paying attention to it. I definitely agree, Ethan. Don't give me BS. Just give it to me straight. I'll give it right back to you. That's why they don't ask me questions at work anymore about stuff. They don't want my answers. Because they're honest, straightforward, and the truth. Hurricane parties. There's always some kids that pop in 9 months later after those. I knew someone who had a kid 9 months after a hurricane party. I think that was Hurricane Charlie, actually. Backup dance set for when I do shoot. Don't start until the lights go off. Yeah, right? If you're gonna go out with a bang. Oh, I missed one. Yeah, 110. Jeez, that'll be coming here in Florida here in about a couple more weeks. We're already hitting the 80s and 90s, and I know you guys are up there higher in some places, but I don't know how the humidity is in those places. The humidity here is just killer. I mean, I think I saw Chuckin was in Texas the other day, and I'm not sure how things go there. But geez, the heat and the humidity here can kick your butt in a heartbeat. So, I think the live stream is definitely working. I didn't mean to carry it on for almost 45 minutes, but I know that the live's working. I should be able to jump on whenever to do a live. And I did see a connection point where I can link up with other channels to do lives as well with them. So like Ethan and Mikey were doing. And I'm going to have to get some rest because I got to wake up in the morning for doing homeschool with my little one. And I'll take that. No humidity and dry heat. Just got to watch yourself. Yeah, get toted off by the skeeters. You mean the Florida bird? That's Florida's national bird is a mosquito. Damn thing's here year round. Have a good night there, Chuck Steele. All right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the live. It was good talking with everybody. I'm glad to know that this is working. So. That's what I will be shooting the cam cut with when you guys see me next. Good night, y'all.